It seems like all the companies are getting really good at trying to do less for more. Um, yeah, the bigger companies always seem to be really better at doing this, where they keep trying to make everything less expensive, and at the same time charge more, and at the same time give you less. I don't know, which is weird. One thing that really stands out in my head as far as that is cereal boxes. When I was a kid, I believe the beginning of me being a kid, you still got prizes in the cereal. It wasn't great. I remember getting a baking powder submarine, which was cool. I mean, it was cool for like 2.5 minutes when you were playing around with it, but still, it was really cool. If I had a little baking soda submarine, I would play with that again for another 2 minutes, and then it would just be more plastic to put out there. Maybe there should be like a baking soda submarine that you use and then send it to somebody else so they can use it and then send it to somebody, like almost like a chain letter, but instead of branching out, it's just one person, and it would actually be fun. Maybe that's a thing we can do. Maybe there'll be like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Baking Powder Submarine. Anyway, these days, you do not get anything like that. Even if you have good, awesome cereal, which is tasty and in no way nutritious whatsoever, um, there's no prize or anything inside. Instead, they give you things like a thing on the back. And it's not even like a maze or a puzzle or anything you can do. You actually have to build this thing. The actual reality goggles. Actual reality goggles. You're supposed to cut these out, put them on, and get blown away. You can see her face. She's very clearly blown away by these actual reality goggles. Who in their right mind is actually going to take the time to cut out these actual reality goggles and then make them and then do anything with them? You cut the pieces out, like cut the chunks out first and then cut them down to pieces afterwards. Here's one piece. You got to do the earpieces. Now this one, the earpiece is going right through this lady's head. I kind of don't want to mess her up. Someone got paid money to make this, to like create this. And it was someone from like Reese's corporate, which means they got paid a stupid amount of money to make this. Like, their salary, but they probably, if you averaged it out, they probably got paid something stupid like $50 an hour or $100 an hour to sit at their computer in Ivory Tower Town and design this thing. Maybe somebody even got a bonus for doing this. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that there was some board meeting with a bunch of old, out-of-touch white guys sitting there, and they're all smiling and giving a guy a pat on the back of, "Excellent work, Jenkins. You've saved us $1,000 by making these actual reality goggles that the millennials will love very much. Those 10-year-old millennials, because anyone who's young, we're just going to call a millennial, despite the fact that they're actually Gen Z. But that's fine." Man, I hope you guys appreciate this, because, this is only going to take about a second for you guys to watch this stupid little bit, but really, the real loser in this is me, who has to sit there editing this down and has to watch the entire thing, every slow cut that I make. I have to watch everything, just in case something interesting happens. Yeah! Running with scissors! Running with scissors! Like all of that, I actually had to watch the whole thing and cut out all those every single time I'm making one of those silly, stupid comments or gestures. I have to stop and make those edits, so just be appreciative. Did I do that right? I think so. Oh, we're getting there. We're close. We're getting close. And they show you the scissor part, but they don't show you the knife part. There are little knifey spots you have to... Don't cut yourselves. Assuming you even have one of these. So, Rich, what did you do with your day? Well, Karen, that's none of your goddamn business. Because I do not want to admit to doing this. This is tough. No kids doing these little tiny bits here.
I mean, I'm probably still going to mess this thing up, but this is not anything that any kid is reasonably going to be able to do, especially with a pair of scissors. I've got a sharp knife, and I'm trying my best not to screw this up. I probably will. Trying my best not to stab myself. The hell kind of cardboard you use? You got all these tiny little things that cut ear slots here. Like they want me to cut out every single one of those tiny little line vent things. No. They want you to fold, but it's not perforated. Is that reasonable? Yeah. Fold and tape here. Yeah, no, that's not gonna... Alright, probably should get taped, but... Do you even include tape? It even says use tape on the box in the little window. It says use tape. They're gonna add the tape in there? Is there tape in the box? No. Is that reasonable? Okay, still yes. Yeah, we've got tape. How much you want to bet this isn't even going to work? We're going to get through the whole thing, and it's not going to be actual reality goggles at all. It's going to like see into an alternate dimension or something, you know, completely not as advertised. Crap, you have to cut those things out. That's actually how you affix the... Of course, I should have done that before I taped everything. How do I look? I can't see because I can't wear my glasses, and those that appears to be real. It's like maybe they're... It's probably... Reality looks fuzzy, mostly because of the lack of glasses. And for anybody playing along at home, this is the longest setting. This is as big as those get. That is just the pressure. Just the pressure on my head is what is keeping that clearly made for young adult. And there's lots of room up. Totally not worth the work, but I guess we knew that, didn't we? All right, let's get this play started. Oh God, look at all this trash. Title of your YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome back after all that nonsense. I thought it was really cool. I'm so glad you did that. Good to hear. And now I suppose it's now on to more scholarly endeavors as we go on to this next episode of Rich Does a Thing. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. Hey! We are here with today's topics. Let's see here. Let's start off. Yes. Okay. So, just a reminder that recently I did post a video. It's actually the first cover that I ever made of the Dresden Dolls song "Sing," which is a song that I enjoy very much. I enjoyed kind of trying to put that together. That was my first attempt at a cover. So, I mean, I'm glad everybody's been enjoying it so far. I need to just shut up and enjoy it. But there's, you know, everything was a little clippy. I'm trying to improve that for future projects. Now, normally, I would love to take that song that I did and plug it right here in the middle of the video. Unfortunately... Apparently my cover is recognizable enough that the algorithms of YouTube, before I even had it officially posted, grabbed it and said, hey, you're using somebody else's song. So if I actually put that in this video, then that would exclude me from possible future monetization bits in this video. So do go ahead and check it out. Either right now, feel free to pause, open up another window, and pull up my cover of Sing. It's only a couple minutes long. Or feel free after the end of the video to check that out. I'm reasonably happy with it. Well, here's the thing.
That was pretty cool. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that thing just as much as I enjoyed doing that thing for you. Thank you. Ha! Here's the thing we haven't done in a while. I guess it is time to open up the old mailbag. Seriously though, like, is there actually a mailbag? Like, is there a post office box that we go to or... Aha! The mail hath arrived. Back, I say. Nice. Hey, we got a message from someone who knows how to fold paper. From Dan from Davenport. Dan writes, a few questions we get to dive into. So Dan writes, "Hey Rich, living in Orlando, do you prefer the Disney parks or Universal?" Oh, first of 4 questions. Disney or Universal? That is, that's, man, a bit of a dichotomy. Now, at the same time, I enjoy theme parks. I don't get a chance to go nearly as much as I like, but each park has its own thing to give. I mean, just like any park within the Disney umbrella has different stuff that are fun to do and different things to enjoy. And Universal, each of a Universal park has its own interesting stuff that it likes as well. So I like them both for different things. Even other parks. I mean, SeaWorld. Arguably, I really enjoy a lot of the stuff that's going on at SeaWorld. Right now, it's been a long time since I've been to Disney, generally speaking. I can't afford to go to Disney. It's just not in the cards. That and Jesse and I rarely get the time to actually go out and go anyway. So aside from getting to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, I think each of the last couple of years or so. Other than that, don't know. I haven't seen any of the new Avatar stuff. That whole area. I haven't seen any of the Toy Story stuff. I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars stuff over at Hollywood Studios. I haven't seen any of that new stuff, but there's still a lot of good things that I enjoy there. Really, there's lots of different things that you can like for each of the different theme parks. They all have different experiences, different rides that I like. Even like food can play a part with everything. I mean, honestly, experiences are the things that attach all the great happy things to the parks for me. When I first moved to Florida, my parents were amazing and got me a Disney annual pass. And I didn't have any friends, and so I went regularly. I went, and yeah, I would go to the parks and hang out, and it was cool. It was fun. It was great, but it's difficult to make lots of memories just kind of by yourself. So there's a lot of stuff that I've done with people. So, for instance, when I was walking around by myself, I was at Disney, and it was a hot day, kind of a busy day, and Sleepy Hollow is this fantastic little snack place in the Magic Kingdom, just as you're kind of going into Liberty Square from the hub. And Sleepy Hollow has these amazing ice cream cookie sandwiches. They take a slab of ice cream, it's really good vanilla ice cream, and they put a fresh baked Toll House chocolate chip cookie on either side of it, and then here you go. And wow, that stuff's really good. I knew someone that was part of the bakery, and at the end of the day, whatever cookies were left, I mean, they would just throw them out, so they would just give them away. So there are times in which I would get a plastic bag full of like 24 giant fresh baked, like warm Toll House Disney cookies, which was awesome. It was really good. So I was going there, I believe, to get one of those sandwiches, and the line was not well managed. I mean, there was some people, like 3 or 4 people off to the left, so I would go over to there. And then by the time the line got to me, suddenly like the line had changed and now it was going off to the right. And so the person that was right there like jumped in front of me. And as soon as they finished, the person behind them jumped in front of me. And so I got really frustrated, and I got to the back of that line because there was nobody behind me. Just apparently the line had changed. I get to the back of that little line, and I get to the front, and suddenly people are on the left side again, and that person jumps in front of me, and I was warm and frustrated, and I hated everybody. I just wanted my goddamn, like,
ice cream cookie sandwich so that I could go to like the Haunted Mansion or something, and it sucked. So after that person went, the cast member saw me and said, "No, no, no, you were next. Here, come here." I said, "Thank you." I ordered my cookie sandwich, and I said, "Okay, and what do you want to drink?" I said, "I don't want to order a drink." They said, "No, no, no, I'm giving you a drink. What do you want to drink?" Because they saw how frustrated I was, and you know, as silly as it was, I mean, I did a shadow with their food and beverage person back in 2001, and so I know for a fact that Disney pays nothing for their soda. They pay $0. Coke gives them all their soda for free in exchange for Coke being the only brand of soda available in the Disney parks. So for a giant 32 ounce cup of soda that they sell for $90, they pay for the paper cup and the straw, and that's it. It's like 4 cents at the time in 2001. So even though it didn't cost them anything, the fact that that person kind of noticed me and gave me that drink, it meant the world to me. It meant it completely took that crappy situation and got rid of it. And I was much happier. I had my cookies sandwich thing, and I went off on the rest of my day. And it's still something that sticks with me, like over a decade later. Stupid little soda that I got at Disney. But that was a great memory. I have always loved the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which I feel like that's a reasonably more affordable way to do that. Because, I mean, yes, it's a partial day. You can go in as early as 4 and you're there late. And everything's themed, and it's really cool. The Not So Scary Halloween Party, I love. Oh, I love the fireworks. I really enjoy fireworks. It gives me the feels. I don't know how to describe it. It's great. And the fireworks they've changed the music, which I don't like because, I don't know, I'm one of those old guys that's trying not to be stuck in his ways. But that was fun. The parade's always amazing. And everyone's dressed up, and you go around trick-or-treating, and people are happy and celebrating, and it's great. And now they have like new interesting food stuff that you can try, and it's a joy. I love doing that. I haven't had a chance to do the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in a while. Usually because we only have like the time or money to do one or the other, and I prefer the Halloween to the Christmas, but the Christmas one's super cool too. That has its own warm feels and happy and lights and the fake Florida snow, and that's really cool too. I really, really enjoy those. So there's that, and Magic Kingdom is probably one of my favorite parks at Disney. So it's tough to yeah, it's good, just good. I've got so another great experience was, so I've had a few friends that have worked in the parks, and one of my awesome friends, Jasper, he was working the Haunted Mansion one day, and I just happened to be one of the times that I was going through the Haunted Mansion, because it's like my favorite attraction in the Magic Kingdom. It's cool, and it's fun, and it's spooky, and there's some kind of magical effects and stuff like that, and I've got the thing memorized. I've got the speech, the everything that happens, all the hidden Mickeys. I mean, I've got it right there in the back of my head, and I love it, and I enjoy it so much. And I've always thought it would be super cool to work there. Now, I don't think Jasper knew exactly, at the time he definitely didn't know exactly how much he was going to be affecting me. So we was there for the stretch room, the little room that you get into, and suddenly the ceiling starts stretching up, and you see the paintings get bigger and everything. And as everybody files into that room, the cast member has this spiel. They say it has their lines that they say to get everyone sorted into place. And so I got into position, so I was in the stretch room, and I was ready for everything to happen. And he takes a couple steps in the room, and he looks around silently. He says, "I don't want to do it anymore. Here." And he takes off his suit jacket, his blazer, his Haunted Mansion like special sport jacket thing, and he throws it at me, and he says, "You do it." And I cannot express to you the glee, the joy, as if the heavens had opened up, and all of a sudden, it was my time. I was on. I grabbed this jacket, and as fast as I could, I put that on, and it kind of cleared my throat. And then I immediately looked to everybody and kindly drag your wretched bodies away from each and every blood-stained wall, and pile yourselves in the dead center of the room. It was the coolest thing ever! Now, I was looking around at these people, trying not to have this big turd-eating grin on my face, and clearly some of these people, I think it was their first time through the Haunted Mansion, because this was like the great movie ride of old, where someone randomly from the audience or whatever would get, picked out, or something happened, or something where they would leave and something would happen. For some of these people, they thought it was a scripted thing, or like the new way they do the Haunted Mansion. And so many people only have time to go through each attraction like once, and they're going to come back like maybe in a few years. So for this group of people, I was a Disney cast member, and that was just the new way things, were done. And so for that moment, I got to be one of the actors, one of the characters for the Haunted Mansion, and it was the coolest thing ever. So cool. Then I took the jacket off and tossed it back to him and went on the rest of the ride and just amazing. So great stuff. Hold on, wait, before we go any further. As it turns out, Dan's questions, even though there was only 4 of those questions, Dan's questions involved such descriptive answers that he actually defeated the load-bearing capacity of this episode. Good job, Dan. Thank you for that. So, because of that, we're actually going to stop things off right here and pick things up next episode where we left off. And if you tune in next episode, you get to start things off by hearing about the time that I got stuck on the Jungle Cruise for quite a while. So, tune in next time, subscribe, go to Rich Does a Thing on Facebook, and all the rest of that stuff, and we will see you next time. Bye.